This is a deep dive into what can feel like a forgotten moment in time, a catastrophe that reshaped an American metropolis in a torrent of flame and fury. We will explore the Great Chicago Fire of 1871, an event that has been shrouded in myth and legend for over a century. We will look beyond the simple fables to understand the complex series of events that led to the city's near-total destruction. This is not just a story of fire, but a story of a city built with such haste and flammable ambition that it was, in retrospect, a disaster waiting to happen. The tale of its fall and subsequent rise reveals the very character of American resilience and the hard-won lessons that would forever change how cities are built and protected from their own inherent fragility. This video is a deep dive into historical moments in time that have been forgotten. The fire began its destructive journey on the evening of Sunday, October 8, 1871, in a barn on the property of Patrick and Catherine O'Leary at 137 DeKoven Street. This much is historical fact. The exact cause of the initial spark remains a subject of debate and has been lost to the fog of time and conflicting accounts. The most enduring story blamed Mrs. O'Leary's cow for kicking over a lighted lantern while being milked. That simple tale gave a city an easy explanation but unfairly vilified an immigrant family for decades. Catherine O'Leary always denied it. She said she was in bed when the fire started. Reporter Michael Ahern later admitted in 1911 that he had fabricated it. Other theories point to Daniel Pegleg Sullivan, or to men gambling in the barn, or to simple carelessness, a stray spark or cigar in dry hay. The neighborhood was crowded, wooden, and vulnerable. The initial alarm was delayed and a watchman's error sent firefighters to the wrong address. Minutes lost turned a small blaze into a ferocious fire. Once the fire escaped the confines of the O'Leary property, it became a moving wall of destruction, a phenomenon that defied the best efforts of the city's firefighters. Strong winds lifted superheated embers, even burning shingles, high into the air, causing new fires to erupt far ahead of the main front, a process known as spotting. The fire leaped over streets and even the south branch of the Chicago River, surrounding beleaguered crews. Wooden sidewalks and wood-block streets acted like fuses, driving the spread block to block. Supposedly fireproof stone and iron proved vulnerable as heat near 2,000 degrees cracked masonry and warped beams. The courthouse bell tolled one last time, before crashing down in a shower of sparks. Panic swept the city. People fled with what they could carry through smoke, debris, and surging crowds. Some crowded onto bridges, others waded into Lake Michigan to escape heat and suffocating smoke. Crews struggled for over a day, but when the waterworks fell, the mains ran dry and the blaze roared unchecked. The Great Chicago Fire burned for nearly 2 days, from Sunday night to early Tuesday, October 10th. It ended when winds died and light rain fell, as the fire ran out of fuel at the lake and outskirts. Dawn revealed almost unimaginable devastation, about 4 miles long and nearly a mile wide. The central business district and vast residential tracts lay in ashes. More than 17,500 buildings were destroyed. Banks, hotels, opera houses, newspaper offices, government buildings, all gone, and thousands of homes. The official death toll was around 300, though many believe the true number was higher. Nearly 100,000 people were left homeless, a third of the city. The heart of the Midwest became a silent field of smoking debris and solitary chimneys. Property losses reached $200 million in 1871, billions today. For a moment, it seemed Chicago had been wiped from the map. In the days following the fire, despair hung over the ruins, but it did not last. A spirit of determined resolve took hold. Aid poured in from across the nation and the world: food, clothing, medicine, and building materials. The response was swift and substantial, sustaining thousands of homeless survivors. Commerce restarted almost immediately in makeshift spaces. Within a week, thousands of temporary buildings were underway. Rebuilding embraced sturdier materials: brick, stone, terracotta, iron, guided by stricter codes and fire limits. Architects and engineers flocked to test new designs. This reconstruction laid the groundwork for modern Chicago and for the first skyscrapers. By 1873, much of downtown had risen, stronger and grander than before. Chicago declared it would rise again. The term Second City is famous today, and its origins tie directly to Chicago's post-fire identity. One meaning, the second Chicago, built from the ashes of the first, a badge of honor. A grander, more resilient iteration emerged, built with stone and steel where wood once stood. Another meaning was competitive, sometimes derisive, as Chicago rivaled New York for prominence. As population, wealth, and influence exploded, Chicago became the nation's second city in scale and power. Ambition fueled breakthroughs, the birth of the skyscraper and the Chicago School of Architecture. At the 1893 World's Columbian Exposition, Chicago presented art, technology, and the magnificent White City. Over time, the sting faded, and Chicagoans owned Second City as grit, work, and innovation. The name captures a duality: profound loss and relentless ambition. To be the Second City is to face the abyss and emerge stronger. The Great Chicago Fire was a brutal teacher whose lessons reshaped cities worldwide. Building codes tightened, combustible urban cores gave way to brick, stone, iron, and terracotta. Wider streets and greater separation between buildings became planning standards. Firefighting modernized, larger, better-trained departments and stronger steam pumpers. Alarm systems advanced, and high-pressure mains with denser hydrant grids supported major incidents. Insurers failed by the dozens. Underwriting evolved, demanding safer construction and sprinklers. Coverage conditions and economics aligned with public welfare to improve building practices. We study this event through National Geographic maps, Britannica summaries, Wikipedia entries, and Massasoit libraries' first-hand accounts. A city is more than buildings. It is a complex system needing constant vigilance. Chicago rose from the ashes to become the Second City, a living monument to loss, rebuilding, and the promise to do better.